Megaprojects are often seen as symbols of innovation, progress, and ambition. Governments and private companies invest billions of dollars into them, hoping to reshape cities, industries, or even entire countries. However, not all megaprojects live up to expectations. Some fail to meet their objectives, while others are outright useless, either due to being over-ambitious, poorly executed, or unnecessary from the start. In this video, we'll explore some of the most useless megaprojects in the world. Get ready to uncover how these grand ideas fell short, often becoming more burdens than breakthroughs. 1. Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository, USA. The Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository was conceived in the 1980s as a long-term solution to the United States nuclear waste dilemma. Located in Nevada, the facility was meant to store hazardous radioactive waste deep underground, a marked improvement over the previous method of storing waste near nuclear power plants. Yucca Mountain was chosen for its remote location and geological stability, which experts believed made it an ideal site for secure, long-term containment. However, the project was met with significant opposition from Nevada residents and lawmakers. They raised concerns about the potential for contamination of local water sources and the detrimental impact on tourism, a vital industry for the state. Despite these protests, the project received federal approval in 2002 and construction began. Yet, it was plagued by delays, legal disputes, and growing political controversy. The project's fate became uncertain under the Obama administration. In 2010, President Obama halted funding for the repository, stating it would not be a part of the nation's energy policy. Despite a federal court ruling that ordered work to resume, little progress was made. By the time President Biden took office, it was confirmed that Yucca Mountain would no longer be considered as a solution for nuclear waste storage. The project ultimately wasted nearly $17 billion in taxpayer money and became a symbol of government inefficiency and failure to address complex environmental challenges. Yucca Mountain's legacy serves as a reminder of the difficulties in finding effective and politically acceptable solutions to hazardous waste disposal. 2. Interstate H3, Hawaii, USA. The Interstate H3 in Hawaii stands as a striking example of a megaproject that, despite its beauty, remains largely underused. Stretching across 26 kilometers, this highway takes drivers through some of the most breathtaking landscapes in the world. However, while the scenery is jaw-dropping, this road is often considered one of the most useless in the world. The road was first proposed in the 1960s with defense considerations in mind, designed to connect Pearl Harbor Naval Base to the Marine Corps Air Station. Environmental groups, as well as native Hawaiians, raised concerns about the potential destruction of local ecosystems and cultural sites. Despite these objections, the project finally began in 1989 after Congress exempted it from environmental laws. By the time the highway opened in 1997, nearly 37 years had passed since the initial proposal. The total cost of building this highway was a staggering $1.3 billion, making it the most expensive per-kilometer highway in the world at the time. Even though it includes high-tech tunnels and viaducts that were meant to preserve the local environment, many critics argue that the road is a road to nowhere. The original defense intentions from the 1960s no longer seem relevant, and the highway doesn't even connect to downtown Honolulu. Adding to the controversy, many native Hawaiians refuse to use it, considering it cursed due to the destruction of sacred sites. 3. Ciudad Real Central Airport, Spain. Ciudad Real Central Airport in Spain was built with the hope of easing the strain on the busy Madrid-Barajas airport. Designed to be a major international hub, the airport boasted one of Europe's longest runways and the ability to serve 2 million passengers annually, with plans to expand to 10 million. However, despite the ambitious vision, the $1.3 billion project was doomed to fail from the outset. Its location, 200 kilometers from Madrid, was the first major problem. The distance made it inconvenient for passengers, and many preferred to fly from the established Madrid-Barajas airport instead. Airlines were reluctant to operate from such a remote facility, and by 2012, Ciudad Real Central Airport was in deep financial trouble, accumulating a debt of $350 million and eventually declaring bankruptcy. Attempts to sell the airport were unsuccessful, and it became largely abandoned, with the terminal being repurposed for parking planes. In 2020, new owners turned the facility into a storage space for grounded aircraft, but this use is hardly sustainable in the long run. Ciudad Real Central Airport stands as a cautionary tale of overestimating demand and the importance of choosing the right location for large infrastructure projects. Despite the initial excitement, it remains a symbol of wasted investment. 4. Naypyidaw, Myanmar. Naypyidaw, the capital of Myanmar, is perhaps one of the most bizarre examples of a megaproject that failed to fulfill its purpose. In 2002, Myanmar's military leadership secretly began building a new capital, and in 2005, the city's name was revealed to the public, Naypyidaw, which translates to the king's residence. The official reasons for relocating the capital from Yangon were unclear, with some speculating it was due to fears of a sea-based attack or advice from astrologers. The project was completed quickly and efficiently, with an impressive array of infrastructure, including a 20-lane highway, luxury hotels, golf courses, and museums. However, despite these grand amenities, Naypyidaw suffers from a serious lack of residents. With less than 1 million people living there, the city remains eerily empty, often referred to as a ghost town. The roads are deserted, and the shopping malls and hotels are hardly ever used. The city's vast infrastructure was built for a much larger population, but factors such as inadequate healthcare, education, and job opportunities have kept most people from relocating. Naypyidaw is an example of how even the most ambitious capital city projects can falter when the population simply does not want to move there. 5. Forest City, Malaysia. Forest City, Malaysia is an ambitious and futuristic development project designed to create a modern, sustainable city on 4 artificial islands. Located near Singapore, the project aims to integrate green technology with luxury living, featuring vertical gardens, renewable energy sources, and innovative urban planning. One of the city's key attractions is its planned bridge to Singapore, which would reduce travel time to just 20 minutes, making it a desirable location for business and tourism. The project is largely funded by Chinese investors, with reports indicating that about 80% of property owners are Chinese nationals. This has sparked criticism from local Malaysians, who argue that Forest City primarily caters to foreign buyers rather than addressing the housing needs of local citizens. In response, the Malaysian government imposed a ban on foreign property ownership in the city, further complicating the development's dynamics. The COVID-19 pandemic also impacted the project significantly. Travel restrictions and global economic disruptions slowed construction and development, resulting in fewer than 500 residents living in Forest City by 2020, far below the target of 700,000. The project, once hailed as a groundbreaking vision for the future, now faces uncertainty, with many questioning its feasibility and long-term success. Despite these setbacks, Forest City remains an example of the challenges involved in creating large-scale, futuristic urban developments. Its struggles highlight the complexities of combining cutting-edge technology, foreign investment, and local economic needs. The future of Forest City depends on how it navigates these issues and adapts to changing global conditions, particularly as the world recovers from the impacts of the pandemic. In conclusion, while megaprojects are often seen as impressive milestones of progress, many fall short of their ambitious goals. The examples of China's ghost cities and North Korea's abandoned hotels serve as stark reminders of the risks involved with poorly conceived and executed projects. These massive undertakings can squander resources, offer little to no public value, and even harm the environment or society. As construction scales up, it's essential to take a step back and learn from these failures. Moving forward, we must shift our focus towards projects that meet real needs, benefiting both people and the planet. Only by prioritizing thoughtful, sustainable innovations can we ensure that our efforts lead to lasting, meaningful success rather than contributing to waste and environmental harm. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.